I am not Pastor Billy Joe Hillbilly. I'm not a pastor. My first name is not Bill or Billy or William. My middle name is not Joe or Joseph, and my last name is definitely not Hillbilly. But you can call me Billy Joe or Pastor Hillbilly if you prefer, whatever. But again, I need to make certain that this is very clear. I'm no pastor. My true identity, for now at least, I hope, will remain a mystery. I'm sure at some point in the future I will say, this is who I am. Come and get me. But for the here and now, I think it's probably best I just keep my identity to myself. So if you know who I am, don't post it in the comments, please. You see, people are crazy. And I seriously, I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. I don't want to make anyone feel bad. I don't want to make someone angry. But there are people in this world that are seriously bat crap crazy. And I don't mean just a little bit. I mean bat crap crazy. In the original introduction, I tell a story about an episode of a show. I think the show was entitled "The Internet Ruined My Life," and I talk about an episode there, and I'll just briefly mention it. I think it aired on MTV. I won't swear to that, but I think that's the case. But anyway, if memory serves, it was about a young lady. She was of Asian descent. She was watching TV one evening, and a late night talk show host or comedian or somebody, I don't even know who it was, but made some sort of ethnic joke, and she took offense, and so she started a campaign to get the man fired, and that's fine. She, that's her right. But there were people that were so upset by this that they literally made threats against her. There was one person, apparently, that hunted her down. And was, communicating with her. I don't know how exactly, but was communicating with her and telling her, I see you're wearing, this particular, shirt or, whatever. And it was what she was wearing. That person was apparently outside of her apartment or, watching her, claimed to have a gun on him, I believe. Literally threatening this young lady's life because she was trying to get a talk show host or comedian or whatever fired from his job, and this person was just so upset about that. I'm old. I'm really, really old. I know I don't look it. I know I look pretty good for my age. I'm old. But back in my day, it seemed like really you could say what you wanted to say. If someone disagreed with you, they might threaten to pop you in the nose. You might end up in a fight, but your life was seldom in jeopardy. Your life is generally not threatened because somebody disagreed with you. If you said something offensive to somebody, they might, pop you a good one. You might scuffle or whatever. But people have access to guns. Well, seems more readily available. Guns seem available to people on a level that before maybe, well, maybe not. Maybe they were. I don't know. But crazy people have them. So, of course, I guess crazy people had them before. But, I mean, to threaten somebody's life because they want to get some talk show host or comedian or whatever fired? I mean, you threaten their life? Gosh, how flipping crazy people are. So anyway, that's why I'm not really enthused about the idea of, like, you know, blurting out my name and address. You know, here's my social, you know, come get me. Hit me with your best shot. Which could be, you know, a round from a AR-15, you know. Anyway, so why am I doing this now? Well, you know, it's funny because I've always felt like, you know, well, I don't know, maybe my opinion didn't really matter, or I don't know, I've never been overly confident or whatever, too afraid of making a mistake and, you know, saying the wrong thing and what have you. But I mean, dear Lord, I have every right to state my opinions and my ideas and my feelings and my thoughts just like everybody else. I mean, dear goodness, everybody and their brother and sister and great Aunt Ethel. God, Ethel's crazy though. You know Ethel. She's crazy, bat crap crazy. All she posts on YouTube is pictures or videos of her cats. Crazy woman. Anyway, I'm being silly. But everybody and their brother and sister and everyone they know has videos posted on YouTube. So I have every right to post a video on YouTube just like everybody else does. If you disagree with it, post something in the comments and say, I don't believe you're right on this. I think you're wrong. You know, whatever. You know, fine. That's your right. But threatening my life? Okay. Guess that's the world we live in. But anyway, I'm doing this now because, one, I have every right to post my ideas and feelings and opinions. And that's what the dickens I'm doing. Because, see, I think the key here is that I truly believe that time is short. I really, really believe time is running out. And not just for me. I mean, I'm old, and so, yeah, I know I don't have that much longer on the planet, but, you know, I think time in general is winding down. And most importantly, and this is the single most important reason why I'm, you know, coming out of the closet as a Christian, as a pastor, which I'm not. Again, it's debatable whether or not I would be considered a Christian by most. But that's another story for way later. Much later. Much later. Anyway. But the most important reason is that Christ is Lord. Jesus Christ is Lord. You heard it from my lips. Jesus Christ is Lord. And so I may have screwed up so many ways, so many times, beyond anything you can even understand, or that I care to go into detail on. But I've got to do something to, I mean, I know you don't earn your way into heaven, but, you know, I'd like to at least make some sort of effort to, you know, speak the truth, you know, because that's what we're here to do. So, anyway, the truth as I see it, the truth as I understand it. No. The most important thing, though, is I need to explain, I need to tell you, I'm not perfect. I may screw up. I may say the wrong thing. I may use the wrong word at some point. Bear with me. You know, if I say something that's just completely and totally wrong and off base and what have you, you know, post a comment and, you know, explain why you feel that that's a mistake or an error or, whatever. And I'll look at it. I'll see it and give it real consideration. Okay? But let's just stay civil. I'm not going to call you ugly words or ugly names. Just try to be nice. Please. The world just works better when we try to be nice to each other. I can disagree with you and you can disagree with me, and I might not like what you do and you might not like what I do, and so on and so forth and so on and so forth and yawn and on and on. But we share the planet. I have rights, you have rights. Let's try to be nice to each other. Finally, dedication. There are people in this world that mean more to me than I can even express. I have children. Die for them. Kill for them. But and I dedicate this to them and well, I would say those people in the world that I call friends, but well, don't know that I have any of those, but that's okay. It's okay. But really, when I was first thinking of, maybe dedicating this to someone, or, well, in this case, I was actually thinking that I would dedicate it to my dog. Isn't that silly? Those who have had dogs and love them probably will understand. And I'm not going to go and tell you all about my little pup, who is now under the ground. He's gone. Because if I start talking about him, I'll cry like a baby, and excuse me. And this will go on and on and on, and you'll be like, everybody will be crying. And let's just say that, my little buddy is gone, and I miss him. I think about him all the time, and I put him in the ground well over a year ago, and I still cry. This is probably the first time that I can recall that I've actually been able to speak about him and not break down. And again, it's been over a year. So just because of the joy he brought to me, I feel like I have to dedicate this video series to him. But of course, again, my wife, my children, my family, everybody. But he's gone, and they're still here. So I guess I probably should dedicate this to them. But for now, I'm just going to say it's dedicated to you, Bandit, my little buddy. Wish you were here to wrestle with. So much fun we had. Anyway, that's it. That's the new introduction. I think I've said everything I needed to say. I hope you'll watch this first, and then you can watch other videos in the series. And as I said, if there's things that I say that are just completely and totally out of left field, well, I'm human. I'm not perfect. You're not either. Okay. Well, you are. And you know it. Kidding. Anyway, well, I appreciate you watching this. I hope you'll watch more videos in the series, and I hope you'll enjoy them, and I hope they'll mean something to you. But last thing I'll mention is that some of the videos are kind of geared more toward non-believers. Some are geared more toward Christians. So I'm sort of addressing different groups at different times, and I'm not always specifying, okay, I'm talking to this group, or now I'm talking to that group. So just listen to them, and you'll know who I'm talking to when I'm talking. Probably. If not, What does it matter? So anyway, all right, that's it. Peace out.